Hey guys, welcome to Chantel's Homeschool. I'm Chantel and I homeschool 5 kids ages 5 through 17. Today I want to walk you through how I print a level in the Good and the Beautiful. I have this on my Instagram, but I know that can be kind of hard sometimes to navigate. You can't pause, you can't really fast forward to them, only past like 15 seconds or whatever. So I wanted to share this on my YouTube channel as well. In case you didn't know, the Good and the Beautiful offers their language arts curriculum and their math K through 8, and it's completely free. They're PDFs. I don't know of another company that offers their main curriculum for free on PDF, so that's kind of amazing. And I printed this myself, and I bound it myself, and I've been doing that for a couple of years now. And I wanted to share with you my process in case you're interested in printing your own. First of all, there's a few things you need to know. You do not want to print this curriculum if you just have an average printer, because you're going to be paying a ton of money. These books are thick. These are over 300 pages thick. Here, let's see. This is 346 pages plus the introduction. It's not really worth it to print your own at that point. So you want a cheap, economical printer. I have an Epson EcoTank. A laser is also equally reasonably priced. And I've heard HP Instant Ink can be as well if you have one of their subscription plans, and you can get, some free pages through them. So first of all, you're going to need an economical printer. Second of all, you need to decide how you're going to bind your book. I like coil binding my book. I find that it's easier to do that and it looks more professional. My kids can open it and then they can fold it in on each other so they can just flip it like that. It's a lot easier. So that's my preference. There's also comb binding machines, which I will say I think those are a very reasonable cost option, and I probably would have gone that route if I hadn't found the one that I had found for a good deal. I'm going to have all of this information in the description box below, and I also have a document with a lot of binding machine options that I'm going to share as well in the description box. So be sure to check that out if you are looking for some options. So the next thing you need to know is there are many different PDF programs, and the one I like to use is Foxit Reader. And I'm going to flip the camera around and I'm going to show you kind of how I work through my thought process that I work through when I am printing the Good and the Beautiful Language Arts. Because you might think, oh, I can just hit print and it'll automatically print out. No, don't do that. Do not do that. Don't just hit print and print it, because it won't turn out right and you will be very frustrated if you do that. So let's flip the camera around and you can see my process. All right, so the first thing you need to know is that I don't like to use Adobe Acrobat. I feel like it's more complicated to use and it's just harder overall when you're trying to really customize your document, which we will be doing. So this is Foxit Reader. You are welcome to use whatever you want, but I'm going to be showing you how I use Foxit Reader. So first you're going to click on File. You're going to come down to Print, and then this pops up. I love this little preview box right here. This little box right here is very helpful. So the very next thing you want to do is, let's go ahead and do this first. Click on Properties. Click on Standard, Vivid, or High. High is the very best quality, and for my Epson EcoTank, it prints pretty slow actually. So if I did this one, it would take probably all day to print it. And I feel like this one's fine. So I'm going to pick Standard Vivid, and I'm going to hit OK. The next thing you want to check is that your margins, you either want to do none or fit to printer margins. I typically do none. Okay, the other thing with this, the very next thing you want to do, which is very important, is the pages. Right here, it is doing all the pages. You do not want to do that because there are things to cut out and you want them set up right. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to This is from 1 to 370. So you're going to do 2 to 369. So it's going to show this page right here, and then this is why I love this little thing. You can scooch it all the way to here and see the end. So now how do we know if we got it up right, if we're going to get the cutout pages and the blank pages on the right thing? Well, this is why I like this little preview thing. I can check. So this right here is page 1. So this is going to be the top of your book. So the front is always an odd number because page 1, because 1 is odd. And the back of the page is always going to be even. So we're going to skip just a few pages into the document. And here's one right here. And we are going to look and see if there is a page right here with cutouts. Okay, so this is the front of the page because page 93 is odd. So the front and then the back needs to be blank. And this is the back because 94, page 94 is odd, even. So odd is front, even is back. So this is lined up right. So pages 2 through 369. The next thing you want to do is click print on both sides of the paper. Make sure it is flip on the long edge. And then my orientation is auto, and I don't really touch any of this for this one. The next thing you need to make sure you do, which is very important, is click print as image. And then you are done. Now, typically when I'm doing a large document like this, I will hit OK and start printing. And then I will double check as it's printing out just to make sure that there aren't any mistakes. So I make sure I watch the first couple of pages and make sure that everything kind of comes out the way that I want it to. And then that is it. That is all that you do to print your course book. Now there are other things to print in the Good and the Beautiful. There are the booster cards. These can prove to be very tricky for some people as well. And there are many different options that you can do for this. There are several ways to do this, and I am just going to show you the easiest way. This is not the cheapest way. This is not the one that's going to save the most paper, but it is the easiest way to do this. So what you need to do is, again, make sure that this is set on the colors that you need. I do standard vivid. It is not the best, but it is a good quality. The next thing you want to do is make sure you do print as image. These PDF documents are highly complicated with a lot of overlays and underlays and things brought to the forward and to the back. So if you don't hit print as image, you're going to be missing a lot of stuff. The next thing you're going to do is multiple pages per sheet. Get it down to this. So it has 2 pages per sheet. This is the easiest. So custom 2 by 1. Make sure your orientation is landscape. And then on your pages, you can just leave it like this. It doesn't matter. You can just leave everything like this. Now, we're not going to be printing these on the same. This is the easiest way to do it. So you are not going to click this. This is how you're going to leave it, is exactly like this, and you're going to hit OK. When it comes out, it will look like this. All right. So after you print it out, the booster cards, it's going to look like this on a single sheet of paper. Normally I do this on cardstock because it makes it a little thicker. And then the only thing that you need to do is cut this in half. You're going to cut it right along here. And you're just going to cut it in half. And then you're going to stack the pages together the right way. And when you're done, it is going to look like this. There will be just one image on the card. So this will be colored, and then on the other side, it's blank. This is not how they are meant to look when you buy them, but this is the easiest way to do it. This is how you print the Good and Beautiful Language Arts, and the booster cards. Um, like I said, there are other ways to print the booster cards that are more professional looking or more exact. This tutorial is just showing you the simplest, quickest way to do it with the least amount of paper. I hope this tutorial was helpful and that you enjoyed this. Please like and subscribe, and you can see other videos. I'll be sharing more throughout the year. Thanks. Bye.